Many young women who are trying to become stars often will remove their clothes, while the people in the audience get a privy to something that should be private. It does help that starlet or that star go forward some time. Other people might be quite offended and not want to produce a star like a Harry Potter who removes his clothes and then doesn't want to go any further because his life is set by the work he's done of the past. The truth is, it is easy to move back and forth, I believe, from movies to on stage to comedy routines to TV. But a true star does all three. Life in America is not only in Hollywood. Life in America happens in every city and every town, every village and every community. Life in America is built on what? The simplest laws of life. The simplest laws of life are based sometimes on an educational perspective by Maslow that says that we have to have food and nutrients to live our life, that we have to have water and sustenance to give ourselves and our bodies cellular life. We also have to have a place for safety and security in our life where we have the opportunity to not be physically assaulted, sexually abused, and harassed by anyone who wants to be amused. We have children in colleges who like to amuse themselves through abuse and bullying and network gaming. We have to work on this. We also have a need as a human being for sexuality, not necessarily promiscuity. And openly, a loyal person, perhaps the person who's the year of the dog, is not as disloyal as people might think. The love lines of our life are truly love lines, but are they the lines from God's house is the real question in an upcoming book. Love Lines is a name of an upcoming film, but Love Lanes also needs to be what people participate in their own lives. Soul keeping is the purpose of every soul. To keep your own soul in the house of God, to become all you are supposed to be as a man or a woman in adulthood. And openly, the human being that has a soul knows precisely who they are. The outside world has no right to presume or assume, as a stranger's perspective, who someone belongs to in the house of God. How dare you presume that there is not an omnipotent God that is in charge of all religions around the world? The disadvantage of man is that we do not know the foreign world is true, that we do not know the alien world is also truthful, and the question that every Stargate and Star Trek episode always question is the prime directive. And the prime directive is basically live and let live. And openly make your observations, but your observations don't get to interfere in the lives that are near. Your life has a life, and your life is based on your family of choice, your friends, and your social skills, and then basically your professional network. Your professional network are the people who like you, know you, and trust you to do your job right. When you do your job right, a beautiful story is told about your life and ability to serve others, as well as other people's life and their ability to conserve others. You see, sometimes a bright bulb can burn out if there's too much incontinuity in their work. Sometimes a bright bulb can shout, but openly the shouting doesn't matter. When I do my raging scenes from one of my upcoming films called Dragon Priest, it is totally the right of a man to be angry for being sexually abused, sexually harassed, and openly physically assaulted. Any man that is abused like that has the right to recount his story as he is aware of it. But if we're allowing information technology to be abusive, if we're allowing actual technology to be intrusive, if we're allowing young men and young women who have not lived a life of any kind yet to utilize our technologies, our chemistries, our drugs, which aren't really ours because we don't want them in us, to harm people, then we have real problems in America. On the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we have self-actualization. And someone who is meant to be an actress will always be that actress. But at some point she has to put down the role to become her true self in the world. You see, if we change America, we change the world for the better. If we allow other countries to invade us, then we're not going to be better. We're going to be worse. Life in America is something that we as American citizens, lawfully born here, allegedly, historically, and heritage-wise have been here, have the right to. But we have people in the White House now who are promiscuous about our laws, and that makes a risk for us all.